Thiech Gaming here. I know you've probably already seen this video, but if not, I made a previous video about pre-BIS gearing, and I was rightfully corrected that the terms I was using were confusing, and that I should use a more accurate, better term to describe what this video is about. So, I'm calling this Rules for Pre-Raid Gearing, Traps to Avoid. So, the three big rules of pre-raid gearing. And this is, the crafted sets are not pre-raid gear, they're raid level BIS gear. Heroic only gear is not mandatory for a pre-raid gear set. And then thirdly, quest and reputation gear is preferable to dungeon drops where applicable. So, crafted sets are expensive. I know I've seen comments about it'll only take a week or two, but I think classic full release is going to be a whole nother beast, and these will be pretty hefty price wise, or you're going to have to make a bunch of characters to do your own transmutes, in which case it'll take several weeks, longer than it would take you to get into Karazhan at 70. Their real best spot is as your tier 4 BIS / tier 5 pre-BIS. Now, if you can get one of these items while you're leveling, great. If you have a lot of gold, buy them, of course. But what I'm talking about here is easy to obtain pre-raid gearing. Next up is heroics. Heroics have a 24-hour lockout. You can do one of a heroic a day. Now, you can do each one, but you can do one of a particular heroic a day. If a item has a 15% drop chance off of a single boss in that heroic, it could take you a long time, especially if it's a contested item. Like if the people who are running this heroic are people who are going for that item, then it's not even certain when it drops that you'll be the one who gets it, unless you're making the group yourself. And in some cases, the Karazhan gear is kind of better than the heroic version, and you can get it, but you would be better off just getting something good enough and then going to Karazhan to get the better than heroic gear. Now, there are several items that are heroic only, which are better than what you can get in Karazhan, but I'll make a separate video to talk about those. So, if you follow these rules, it ensures that you will be able to get into the tier 4 raids, Karagul Mag, with minimal variance and in as easy a gearing process as possible. Additionally, if you make this pre-raid gearing list beforehand, you can know what the quests and dungeons are that you should focus on. So that leads me to 70 upgrades. This is a fantastic website for planning out your gear sets and comparing gear based on availability, and I thought I would do a brief tutorial on how to use their website. So, this is what 70 upgrade looks like. You'll have to log in to make an account, or otherwise your sets won't be shared. But let's go through and make a character. So we're going to make a character. We're going to go for a Blood Elf Mage. That'll work. Customize YouTube. Create a new set, and we're going to go Fire YouTube. Fire. This can be whatever. Phase 1, because we're going to sort the gear we're looking at. We're going to select Fire here. These are just stat weights. You can change them. You do have to select something as a preset, but you don't really have to put that much into it. The ones I have are pretty good, but they're not perfect, so you can't just rely on this to build your gear for you. Later, you have the filters here, so you can source that, we don't want any heroic gear, or we only want stuff from these raids, or I'm not interested in fishing poles, for example, or I don't want anything jewel crafting, engineering, alchemy, blacksmithing, fishing. We only want tailoring and enchanting stuff in here. It's all stuff that you can set. So you hit create. Now you got your gear set. And the first thing I would do is to do your talents. The reason being that if your talents have things that change your stats, they'll show up in the stat page. and that is better, especially if you are trying to hit a specific hit cap. That'll be fine. This is not a real build, but it should make the point. So you can see you have, oh, here's your spell hit, here's your spell crit. These were updated by the talents. So when we look at the list of gear, we can see, oh, here's Spell Strike Hood, here's a Karazhan drop, and then number 4 here is Shadowmoon Valley, Terran Gorefiend I Am, which is a quest. So this is something you can 100% pick up with no investment other than just doing the quest. So when looking at this, it's like, well, of course, if you're pre-raid gearing, you're not outlaying any time or effort towards your Spell Strike yet, which I expect Spell Strike to be the most expensive set, but that's neither here nor there. Well, hey, this is a really good option. It's got some gem slots. It's got, you know, spell crit, spell, and then damage and healing. It's a very good piece, and it's from a quest. You just do the quest. Make sure you grab it at 70 or before. Now we can look at like next. Like here we have, you know, these two are from Karazhan. This is honor points. You really want to spend it. We have a couple of options here. Here's one from a dungeon. It's really good. This one's from a heroic. This might be a little bit harder to get. 17% chance from heroic underbog. But then look here, the Houndmaster. This is a quest. So if you're questing, you can literally just get this neck for yourself. Continuing on, you can look and see, oh, these shoulders. Ooh, Slave Pence heroic. Now you will be doing this because you want to kill Quagmire, but if you're not, if you're just looking at this, well, hey, look, it's the BT attunement quest. You're gonna have to do this sometime. Might as well grab the shoulders from the quest that you're going to have to do sometime when it'll actually give you gear you'll use. And lastly, I want to show a little bit of the filter. So let's say I'm only interested in staffs. I can set this to staffs, and I only get staffs. Look, here's a reputation staff. It's even the reputation that has the better of the shoulder enchants. So you can just, oh look, there's my reputation weapon. Easy enough to get. You know, similar things. Oh look, Sethic Halls, but it's a normal instance. You're going to be running these to get your reputation up for the revered heroics. Grab that one. There's lots of stuff like this. Even stuff like this, Boots of the Nexus Warden, Quest from Netherstorm Green. They're fantastic boots. Now, you can get Shatra jumpers as well, but if you need the spell hit, here's some green boots that are one of your best spell hits early on. Netherstorm securing the Celestial Ridge. This one's got more spell hit. You can just, so I don't want to go through the rest of this set, but you can get the idea that you can find solid to even very good pieces that are going to be very easy and consistent to pick up. You can also check to see which reputations you're going to need. Like, oh hey, the Shatar. If you're a caster, the Shatar Revered enchant is going to be your best hit enchant. You don't want a 16 int one. You don't want a 7 MP5. You want this one, 22 spell damage and 14 hits. So getting the Shatar to Revered so you can buy these is going to be really important. This is the kind of thing that using 70 upgrade can show you and get you accustomed with. So, sorry for the previous video. The terms I know are kind of confusing, and rightfully the people have corrected that. I'm going to leave the previous video up with a disclaimer and a link to this video so that people aren't confused, but I appreciate you guys commenting and letting me know what I've gotten wrong. I do try to make these videos as accurate as possible, and I hope you enjoyed. Thanks. Bye.